Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. This is Wayward,
And this is Soundwave.
and we are bringing you the first game that we will be recording from round 2 of CanCraft.
Yeah, and in the bottom right here on Shakuris Plateau, we have Sequential Gaming's Hut.
And in the top left corner, we have Wehrmacht. Both of these players, I believe, are Grandmaster League level players, both Terrans.
Yep, and with a Wehrmacht, I'm not sure what he's referring to there, but, something.
Alright, well, Wehrmacht, named after a World War II German thing, obviously a bit of a douche, because let's face it, World War II Germans were for the most part douches.
Yeah.
So says the victors, anyway.
Yeah, Wehrmacht here, I'm friends with him though, he's a good lad.
Alright, so we've got... looks like they're both doing fairly similar things, both going supply depot first at their ramp.
Well, as you would expect, since in the early days of StarCraft you could make a barracks before you made a supply depot, but that's been changed. But I'm pretty sure both of these guys are going to play standard, so
Wehrmacht
doesn't
slightly ahead, SCV lead off about 10 seconds there.
Actually, Hut's ahead because he was on 12 supply while Wehrmacht was on 11.
Alright, I stand corrected. Now they're both doing, like we said earlier, both going for exactly the same opening. It looks like both going a couple of SCV, keeping their SCVs going and also getting some barracks.
Yep. Not too much to talk about, really.
Now, what is there that a Terran player can do on Shakuris Plateau?
Well, one thing they can do is, if you look in the middle of the map near the Zelnaga watchtowers, there's these cliffs that tanks can be dropped on with medevacs, and that's actually... It's more of a tactic to use against Zerg players, because oftentimes Zerg players won't have air units with their armies, but in a TVT you will of course have Vikings and medevacs to spot, and also ranged units to shoot those tanks, but it is still something that's perfectly valid and can be done.
Now, one thing I have seen used effectively is Reapers on those hills you were just talking about, shooting at units as they walk past, because against Marines or Zerglings or even Zealots, Reapers do fairly high amount of damage.
And speaking of Reapers, Wehrmacht is actually getting a tech lab on his barracks, and that's going to mean he's going to be getting a Reaper out.
Well, good to see that they're spicing things up. Reaper coming out here, just as you said. Now, scouting both pretty much the same time, with Hut very slightly ahead with its scouting, but overall pretty much exactly the same timings.
Yeah, but the thing is, Hut scouted the tech lab on that barracks. He knows a Reaper is coming. So
very unfortunate, considering he was about 3 seconds off from getting that second supply depot off and hiding that.
Yeah, but he would have seen the tech lab anyway and know what was coming. If we look in the main of Hut, we have a factory going down. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna, I don't know, maybe make Hellions. You know, there's a lot of things you can do as a response to Reapers. Maybe countering harassment with harassment.
Well, you've got some OP mules down for SQLHuT, as you would expect when he gets his command center, when he gets his orbital command. He's got his Marines stopping any what do they call it? Reapers jumping up and trying to get into the mineral line.
Yeah, that's very smart by Hut. He knows exactly what's happening. And now the expansion is down for Wehrmacht at his natural.
Look, there's more Marines stopping any Reapers trying to jump up from this angle and sneak in.
Yeah, very nice.
And what's Hut? Wehrmacht just has that one Reaper just standing at the tower. Looks like after it was scouted, he decided to go for a different strategy.
Yeah, he's got he's still got another Reaper out. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll try and send two different directions at once. 2 Reapers
can take out the 2 Marine sentries he's got.
Yeah, it just depends how he jumps up the ramp and where the Marines are at that point. But anyway, Starport just finished for Hut, and 2 factories on the way for Wehrmacht. So, it's about to get pretty interesting. Here come the Reapers.
Now, it is only just up to 5 minutes, but already Hut's got a fairly big lead. He's leading by 11 supply, so probably about 40% more supply than Wehrmacht. So that's a fairly big difference at this stage of the game.
Yeah, but they're even on work account, so it's just because Wehrmacht
one very unfortunate there. Both get sniped before they can even scout.
Yeah, the reason Hut is ahead in supply is because he's been making more Marines. As you can see, 7 Marines to 1.
Yeah, so right now Hut's got pretty much the only army on the field. That Reaper's going to get chased down with the Hellion unless he jumps him on the cliff. Looks like he just missed his chance to do that, and their Reaper is down to 3 Reapers dead for Wehrmacht already. Hate to see that. Wehrmacht isn't doing too well this game, just those Reapers didn't quite pay off.
Yeah, Reapers, they got held off, not much really you can say about that.
Well, more than that, once it got scouted, Hut just had perfect kind of counter, had these Marines on the ramps to stop anything happening. that third one getting sniped was a bit unfortunate. I think Wehrmacht had a chance of jumping onto the ramp, but didn't quite make it.
Look at this, we're going to have a drop, and I think this drop is actually going to do a fair bit of damage. Only one tank and 2 Marines. Wehrmacht actually...
Now, what I'd expect to see here is the Marines to go up the front. No, just going for a straight-out drop with 1 Marine left behind.
And I think this drop is going to completely catch Wehrmacht off guard.
Well, Wehrmacht hasn't scouted it, doesn't know what's happening, just kind of pulling his expansion back. Probably thinks the attack's going to take out the expansion, so he's pulling it back.
Oh, he did have a unit at the watchtowers. Missed. And yeah, so since he's pulled his expansion back,
ooh, nice bunker.
Yeah, very nice bunker. And HuT is just flat out going for SCVs.
Yep, and there they are. He decides not going to work, pulls back into the medivac. So you can imagine the Marines on the ground doing it the army style. Get to the chopper.
Yeah, Wehrmacht. But one thing that is notable was that Wehrmacht, he pulled his expansion back. He's now moving it back, but that gives HuT the opportunity to get his expansion before that of Wehrmacht, but before Wehrmacht actually got his expansion up earlier, which was part of why he was down in supply.
Now, supply counts are evening out. It was 11 before, now it's 12, but considering it's, their Wehrmacht's not being beaten by 12 when he's only got 30 himself, he's now being beaten by 10 when he's got 50 himself. It's a fairly decent difference. Fairly evening out as the game progresses. They've both got their OP mules out. They've both got similar SCV counts, with HuT having the addition 3 more than Wehrmacht.
Because he did pick off, I believe it was 3.
So considering this poor start Wehrmacht had, he's coming back quite well from it.
Yeah. But look at this, he's supply blocked. That's
I hate to see that, especially at the Grandmaster level.
Yeah, that's quite a novice mistake there. I'm not sure if Wehrmacht is possibly nervous playing against someone of HuT's caliber.
Well, for a lot of the camera players, this was their first LAN tournament. This is Wehrmacht's first LAN tournament, I believe. Is that correct, Soundwave?
Yeah, he hasn't played at a LAN before, and it's a very different experience at a LAN.
Well, you know what Artos just said, you'll always lose your first LAN. Don't go in expecting to win, just get used to the atmosphere, get used to the additional pressure, how it affects your gameplay. And I think a lot of the people new to LANs did learn a lot of things. One of the things I heard a lot of comments about at the start of the tournament was a lot of the new players didn't think about, before a game started, going in on their computer, adjusting the settings, adjusting the mouse sensitivity, etc. The things that you just take for granted when you're playing on your own computer at home.
Yeah, and take a look at the Red Terran's expansion, and as you can see, he's got nice defensive placement with those siege tanks. He's got some on that high ground.
Well, it's hard to say nice defensive positions when not even all of them are in siege mode. That's siege tanks there just kind of twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
now he's only got one siege tank.
That's because he's going to be moving this up to an even better position to cover a third base that he's about to take there. I guarantee you that. That is the purpose of that siege tank there. And yeah, Wehrmacht building another command center, so
now why do you think HuT's got a Viking here just to counter medivacs brought in by Wehrmacht?
Air control is actually really important in TVT. Having a superior Viking number, gives you vision, lets you snipe medivacs potentially. And at the moment, see 2 Vikings to 1, another Viking coming in from Wehrmacht.
Sure, a bit late, and poor focus bias. He could have potentially got both.
Did he get both? Bit of miss micro there from HuT.
Yeah, bit of miss micro. Bad micro from Wehrmacht at the start, not focusing the fighter, but nicely replaced by a nice comeback by Viking from Wehrmacht to end up winning that engagement.
Yeah, nice positioning of the siege tank there from Wehrmacht.
So HuT just goes in, snipes out one siege tank from the draw, but loses 100 energy. Now, is that 100 energy really worth 2 OP mules? One siege tank doesn't sound like that big a win.
Oh, well, it's actually one. Oh, he's going to catch this, looks like.
Yeah, this is brutal.
Oh, 2 tanks going down.
2 tanks going down for nothing.
Now,
some damage to a...
Wehrmacht was going for more of a mech style, because you see blue flame, so he was planning to go for mech, but I'm not sure if he's going to survive to get mech at this point. 94 supply to 121 of HuT. HuT is just, winning these very small engagements and just pulling a bit further ahead each time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got HuT here just sitting outside camping, preventing that third base. Now it looks like he's still going, Wehrmacht's still going for his third base. Another Viking counter, and once again, poor micro with focus firing, splitting up their fire. Look, They're both one shot from being dead. That's the absolute worst thing you can do in a 2-on-2 engagement is leave them both at 1 hit point.
Yeah, I agree. But looks like Wehrmacht will actually be able to secure this base because I don't think HUT sees it. And yeah, nice positioning from the siege tanks there.
Now here's HUT coming around. I think he does know about it. I think that watchtower gives him enough vision to see it.
I also think Wehrmacht hasn't been building as many SCVs. This HUT is quite ahead in SCV kill. Oh, look at this.
HUT's also got economy. He's got 5 bank more than
This is going to go down.
Yeah, it's down. Costly problem there.
Yeah, Wehrmacht, you know, now he's supply blocked and he's only building 1 supply depot. This is a pretty bad position for Wehrmacht.
Yeah, hard for Wehrmacht to come back from this. 99 supply to 132, supply blocked, and 2 bases to 3.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. This is, you know, he's just getting further and further behind.
But what's the unit count there, Soundwave?
Well, it's 6 tanks to 7.
Finally, for the first time in 3 engagements, the Vikings focused on the same target, but it's too late. It's coming down to get to 4 Vikings to 2.
Yeah, but HUT has so many more Marines, and Marines, they can just stem and run forward, and Wehrmacht are just GGs.
Yeah, some might say the premature GG, I'm pretty sure Wehrmacht knows that what writing's on the wall. There's not much he can do at this point. He's almost mined out at his main base. He's being penned in. He's just going to be starved out of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just see what he's... Yeah, he doesn't even know the thirds up, but he has the instincts to know that a player of HUT's caliber is going to use the contain.
But nice time around, look at that mad explosion there. It looks a bit 2D actually if you zoom in close, but still, the sparks coming off it looks very nice. Anyway, that was round 1 of... That was the first game of round 2 of the CanCraft replays. We hope you've enjoyed yourself. Good evening and good night.